things have been rather different as of late. Only due to the fact that I have had to miss Detweiler around the house more often than usual. She's doing all of this research for me. It was only necessary to have her move in some of her scientific things into the house in order for her to do her work a bit more peacefully and not have to worry about things getting stolen out of a random shack that she said she was going to go to. But lately things have gotten complicated. First, she got me these cufflinks with jewels in them. It was a rather lovely surprise, honestly. I didn't think that she would do such a thing. But then later, while I was sleeping, apparently she brought in a motorized sewing machine. One of the fancier ones by Singer. Silver, red, black wood. It was rather nice of her, honestly. Now that kind of gift is rather unexpected, due to the fact of the costly nature of it, not only with the cufflinks, but that as well. She even engraved a moon into the machine itself. With some other design, I don't exactly know what it is. Perhaps I should look it up in some books. But I keep telling myself that it's just business. That everything that happened when I bit her and drank from her, she knows my secret. She wants to help. And she's spending hours upon hours of constant research to figure out exactly what ails me. She tells me that I'm not a vampire. That struck a tone with me that made me rather confused and deranged, even due to the fact that everything that I've done that led up from when I got bitten all the way to now could be a fabricated lie. All wound up by one insane man in DC. I need to know what to do. Another thing that bothers me is that I haven't seen Miss Rosemary Adams in a while. I hope she's doing alright. I can only hope that she's doing well. But at this point, I don't know. I do not know. Perhaps I need to talk to Kit. Maybe we have to have a conversation about this. Perhaps one day. I don't know if now would be the best time to do so. But I honestly don't know. Yesterday I made an absolute fool of myself when I had a good time, yes, but it's just I made a fool of myself in front of important people, a judge, a coroner, and a lawyer, and yet maybe I'm just too worried for my own good, my own professional image. And that image is very, very important to me. I don't want to muck it up. Not at all. Not ever. Because it only takes one person to take what happened yesterday and spin it around to make me look like an absolute fool. And that is something I cannot have. Not at all. Well, the night is young. Should probably stop moping around about this. Oh, the moon is always so grand. The lovely silence. The soft winds. The cool breeze. Of a lovely starry night. I rather enjoy it a lot, actually. I do. Thank you so much, Curtis, for the subscription, by the way. Should turn the music down just a little bit more. There we go. I don't want to get no copyright and have parts of my VOD muted. Oh shit. Peg for your backpack. Thank you so much for the follow. I like pins. I like to put pins in my backpack. Pins are fun. Like on the straps one, it makes things uncomfortable though. Yeah. It's a peg to hold it up. True. I wonder where is Miss Kid Deadweiler. There, boy. They'll be doing all right. If only I could actually pat the horse, but it's connected to the thing here, so it doesn't really work out that well. Rather foggy night, honestly. Is this woman still here? I need to get her away. Get out of here.
Wait, no, you ruffian!
Get out of here. In my house.
What an unpleasant diversion!
Are you kidding me right now? Out of my house.
You savage! This can't be!
Get out of here. Stupid hoe. Trying to move my things back. Shit. Call me a fucking savage. I'll show you a goddamn savage. Oh, boy. Computer, turn off all of the lights. Actually. Rather have them dimmed instead and all the way off. That way I can see what I'm doing with some things. You know. I'm just waiting for somebody to come over to my house, I guess. If anybody does. Usually Kid has been doing really well and just showing up the most random times, especially when we get on. Maybe she might show up. Also, who's in the server? Not that many people. Oh, man. I mean, it is night out. Hold on. I'm curious what time it is. I was getting close to fucking morning. Fuck. Yeah. It's starting to get bright a little bit. If only I can go inside this house. That would be wonderful. Like, even if it's just like a separate instance, that would be very cool. I know they could do that, because they did that with a bar at one time. So, maybe they'll be able to do housing sooner or later. Yep, sun's coming up. Yeah, well, this is a roleplay server, obviously. I don't know if you're really... I don't know if you're in this community or if you're just an outside person looking in about what's happening. Oh, you play on W. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. All right, cool. Yeah. You know how they do housing in GTA 5, right? You know, it's pretty much like separate instance. They'll just teleport you inside of like a home and whatnot. They could probably do that with this because they did that. They have done that with a bar. There is a bar around here that you can teleport to. There's a little thing that you can say enter, and then sooner or later we should be able to actually enter inside these houses. Sooner or later. It'll take some time, obviously, but I'm sure that will be a thing sooner or later. There's a horse over there. Oop. Whose horse is that? Probably somebody's horse that, either somebody left there or something along this horse. Not exactly sure. I need to get Kid another pair of binoculars. Jeez. Well, glad to have you here, by the way. I'm guessing you missed the reset and now you're just waiting in queue, or perhaps, or you're just taking a break and just enjoying the stream. You're enjoying other people's streams, too. You don't play until later tonight? Oh, okay. Okay. That seems pretty late, but then again, you probably are a different time zone. Oh, West Coaster. Oh, gotcha. Okay, that makes a little bit of sense. 3 hours difference, yeah. I usually get on this reset. Holiday today, but I wouldn't even be home. Holiday today, but I wouldn't even be home from work normally by now. Okay. See, I usually get home around 5, so that's 3 more hours until, well, not 5. I leave work at 5. And the reset is this resets at 8 o'clock my time. So. Yeah. PM your time, so that's like 3 hours later. Okay. Well, almost 2 hours at least now. The sun has started to shine in. Oh, sun, how I hate you so. I wish I could wear more instead of the usual black bandana. Wish you could wear the bandanas that you wear around your neck, you know? The pretty color. Oh, that's just. It's just Reginald, my butler that I have around the house. I'm pretty much staking my claim at this house. I didn't get this house right away though. I waited until I got over $1,000 in my savings before I actually, you know, say that I own this house. But since there's no deeds, it's kind of like squatters' rights. But I'm pretty much claiming this house. Squatters' rights, pretty much. It's a sucky thing, but I'm hoping that one day, we'll be able to purchase houses. I mean, it is a thing on another server where you can purchase enterable houses, and you can have it for a month. And if you're not active, then you lose the house. Pretty much like there's a little like a circle ring around the house or around the entrance, and and server's too small to do that, in my opinion. Honestly, this kind of server probably would work, especially when there's 4 different ones. The other place that I was at, called Tombstone RP, it only had 2 servers, and it worked. Then again, it's not really, it wasn't the biggest community, but they were able to fill 2 servers, so. So, in all honesty, I think it would work. I think it could. You bounce around, yeah. I stick to one server, due to the fact that well, I stick with the people that I stay with. Yeah, most are respectful, which is great. It is great, honestly. Like, a lot of people have been respectful to my my times that I opened my shop over there, and and pretty much, like, I opened my shop from 6 a.m. until 9 p.m. in game time. And people respect that, and they stay away from the shop until they see me again. I've been making a really big name for myself, at least for Aleister. A lot of people know him. And a lot of people are talking about him, which is great. I really do enjoy it. It's really fun, honestly. I have to stay home because I closed down my shop due to complications. Is that who I thought? Yep. I think that was the Cardinal, wasn't it? I think so. Oh yeah, I've definitely woke up with randoms like in hotels and whatnot, especially like the Valentine one. I've had some pretty hilarious moments. That I laugh off when it's like, you know, it was funny. There's some funny moments when it comes to that. And you just wake up and all of a sudden, oh, there's another person in the room, especially a hotel room. I wonder what happened there. Don't mind me. I am just a nut. I am a nutcase. Every now and then. Where the hell? I say the next night I'll go out and explore. See if there's anything to do. I should have gone out last time, but that's alright. I need to go post out a notice over there. So I should probably go do that real quick. Let me go post a notice on the door there. This outfit is nice, though. The hell was all that noise?
Yeah, it's definitely loud. I kind of like it. Do you think with or without the necktie?
I hope you're not planning on any trouble wearing that mask.
Hush your mouth. I really don't want to hear it at the moment.
Oh, Mr. Moon.
That
Oh.
hold out to Mr. Moon.
Yeah.
Hello there.
How are you doing tonight?
As well as I can be.
Fair, fair. Alright, well. Good luck, love.
Have fun.
I will. You too. Have a good rest of your day, Mr. Moon. Almost forgot to say bye. Thank you.
You alright, love?
Just missing opening the shop is all.
Well,
Well, what?
last night was fruitful.
Meaning?
Well, I had a question, so
And what is
this
it?
is more for your skin condition than the other thing, but
Alright.
sun exposure has always been a problem. People must have dealt with it before. I must have made something to help it. So I tracked down some old logs, some inquiries. Might have broken into the library again. Point is, I figured out what well, older cultures used about sun exposure. Greeks, Malaysians, so on and so forth. So I've got something that might help it.
And what would that be?
Well, I don't really have a name for it. Malaysians used to call it barak.
The what?
The Malaysians used to call it barak. Or at least I assume that's how
They-
it's said.
They used rocks.
No. It's spelled very different. Barak, maybe? I don't know. I read very well. Sometimes it's a bit harder.
Yes, I would assume so.
I feel like this is not cheating you up.
Well, honestly, is there any of that available around here?
Oh, I've made my own version, and I've naturally, given the severity of your, they're always going to need to stay pretty well protected from the sun. Big hats, brims, and all that, but we might be able to get the mask off.
That would help tremendously, honestly. I wouldn't like to be have a gun pointed at me in my own shop. Or anywhere in public, honestly. My only question is, does it smell?
It actually smells quite lovely. Like it is a bit of olive oil to petroleum. Some, well, it sounds disgusting, but swamp weed.
Swamp weed.
Jasmine and jasmine
Dear.
powder down condensed into this cream. But it should act as a barrier between you and direct sunlight. But it smells a bit like salt water and jasmine. I think it smells quite lovely. If you don't like the scent, I might add in more scents, but right now I just want to see if it works before I develop it further.
Should I put it on my hand at least?
Well, I think risking your hands is probably better than risking your face at the moment.
Yeah, I guess so.
But if we get some good results, who knows?
Yes, who knows?
Fairly easy to make, so I can make quite a lot of it. I still don't know its shelf life, so that I also have to observe. I also added in some trench lotion, just makes your skin all nice and soft.
Well, you do know I take rather good care of myself.
I know,
wouldn't
but
want to
your
anything.
skin's going to be seeing more sun than it's ever going to be used to. So I figured a bit of extra lotion wouldn't hurt.
Well, I guess if it does help, might as well give it a shot. So, by all means.
You put it on just like you would lotion. Just make sure there's a good, even coating.
Well, here goes nothing, I guess.
But if you don't mind,
It's a rather odd texture, honestly.
well, can't really help that. Again, I can perfect it once I know that it's actually going to do a damn thing.
But, I know, getting a little bit of headaches here and there. Not really a good thing to happen right now. Let's see here. Well, you're not wrong. It isn't that bad, I guess. I guess the moment of truth here. It's getting warm.
I mean, that's normal. It's only all right. All right, take it out. Let me see. Good. And you'll have to tell me that amount of exposure and sunlight normally produces more severe results or not?
It's rather severe and rather quickly, honestly. This is actually rather remarkable
Hmm.
compared to what it
You
usually
think you're
is.
scaring someone with that mask?
Anyway,
So, in theory, just in theory, if we avoid direct exposure, literally sticking a part of your body into direct sunlight, it should do well for day-to-day use. I'm not sure how long it will last on you. I need to stick with you today and see how this plays out. I know it seems rather cruel, but I don't have a different subject to test it on.
yeah, it would be rather amazing if somebody else had this little ailment of mine.
Aye, though the skin condition is actually more common than I thought going through the history. I've tracked it all the way from ancient Greece to almost modern China. Of course, modern China is kind of hard to keep track of. It keeps breaking itself apart. It's not China, then it's China, and then it's not China. It's very confusing.
Yes,
China is one of
yes.
our best subject matters on the simple fact that it's got such a dense population and damn near everything ends up there in a decent amount.
Well, perhaps it could be of use, but it seems like the sun is going down. Why are the horses freaking out?
No idea.
Really odd. Well, at least for now, I can put my gloves back on and maybe, hopefully it doesn't make too much of a mess inside of it.
Aye. My main want is you don't have to wear a mask.
Right.
You'd probably still need the bigs and keep
Oh my god.
yourself as covered as you can be, but keep that pretty face of yours.
Pretty face on mine. I guess so. Well, I guess it's one way for it to work. But, perhaps I'll put the rest of this away for now.
No, there's no real testing unless I want a sun lamp on you.
Yes, of course. No, I've been wearing a lot of wide brim hats, but I just don't want them. It's pretty much mainly during sunrise and sunset. So, low angled lines will get under my brim.
No. Step in the right direction, though.
Well, I do appreciate all the work you've been doing for me. You honestly didn't have to, but you have been.
I don't have to do a lot of things I do.
Still curious as to why.
Fairly certain I've already told you why.
Yes, but sometimes I feel like it's just an excuse rather than the actual truth.
And what do you think the excuse is?
I don't know, honestly. I don't. Not a single clue. Rather baffles me, to be honest.
If I could give you an exact answer, I would. It's not just one thing. I care about you. Probably more than I should. And I am nothing but curious. And you are interesting. Your reflections are interesting. I haven't had a challenge like this since Influence.
So I'm pretty
That's
much
not being a challenge.
I'm pretty much a guinea pig at this point, aren't I?
You're an interesting one to solve. No, that's not the kindest thing to say, but I don't get challenged often. I don't get stumped.
Well, considering that you've been working tirelessly around the house, yeah. It's honestly a sight to see. You've never seen
No.
somebody work for hours upon hours upon hours on end until they actually collapse like last night.
Not collapse.
You pretty much collapsed right on your desk. Yes. You were having a right old snooze.
You know, okay, I took a bit of a nap. I wouldn't say that's collapsing.
Yes, you did. The pen was stuck to your face.
I was hoping you hadn't noticed that.
Right, of course. Yes, I definitely did not notice the pen-shaped indent it made on your cheek. More along the lines the other side of your cheek, of course.
Might have overdone it last night,
Yes,
bringing
you
in.
did. Though I am rather happy that you haven't indulged in any alcoholic drinks. At least not too much of recently.
And you should please know I only have one singular dose of laudanum on me, just in case. For doses of laudanum, I have to go to Reese.
Right. How are you feeling, by the way?
Like I fell off Walker Switch, and I do not have my pain medication.
Why do you not have your pain medication?
I don't want it to hurt you. And I scared the other night.
I'm sorry?
I generally keep about 3 bottles of laudanum on me. The other night, before all that mess with Mr. Smith and Kat, I had gone through all 3 in half a day without realizing it. I scared myself. Why I didn't feed you.
And what have you done recently?
I had a single dose this morning and a pain reliever. That's it.
I'll tell you what. How about we go behind the house? That way I can have a little bit of a feed. And then you can take your medication and your whatever else that you need. I don't want you to suffer because of me.
Alright.
I'll wait until the rain stops, at least.
After a while in the city, you don't even notice the rain.
Yes, well, I don't mind it
I'm
either.
wearing a lot of white.
Yes, I don't mind it either, and I'm wearing a lot of white. I'd rather not to go into the rain and do all that nonsense. Have to go through cleaning and whatnot. This is why normally I wear my jacket, but recently I just haven't had the want to do so.
Well, you'll be pleased to know about developments. Perfecting a method of bottling.
I'm sorry.
Bottling my blood. So you can operate normally without needing me there or without having to use someone else. It's taking time. But if we can sterilize and seal saline, then by God, I can sterilize and seal blood.
That sounds rather ingenious, honestly.
Well, I may or may not have got a strip out of a strip, really, a trip out of state to break into the American Sterilization Company and steal some of their equipment. But, well, we'll see.
Interesting way to put it.
Well, I tried using rubberized seals and the autoclave. It corrupted within an hour.
I see.
Main issue is cutting. Now, I've had some ideas about using, well, it's going to sound rather medieval, but leeches. As they release something when they bite that makes blood not clot. It's actually quite ingenious, and they're very useful for bruises. They'll only eat the blood that comes to the surface of the bruise instead of, blood running under the current. So never mind. You don't need to know about leeches, but I'm trying to find a declotting
Oh,
agent
no,
that
I don't. I definitely don't need to know about leeches, considering I'm a human version of one, but we're not going to talk about that. Come on, then. Oh, dear. I do believe that I may need to take a nap.
Oh no.
Because you're standing still for me. And I was moving around.
You are not moving. Right, well, take it off. I'll be here.
Yes, give me a few moments. I need to figure out these damn headaches.
No. Well, if the sun comes up, I'll throw my jacket over you.
Yes, of course.